All right, here we are with part 2 of the 5-part series. All characters unlocked in Lego Marvel's The Avengers. So here we go. Like I said in the last video, I really appreciate all the support. You guys are awesome. You make it so much fun to do. I had a lot of fun in the first video. We're going to go ahead and launch right into it. Definitely, if you guys like the video, spread the word. Let everybody know how awesome it is. This was like the last one for Lego Marvel Superheroes. It was so cool. I got like millions and millions of views, and I'm hoping to do that again. So anyway, we're going to start off on the third and fourth row. We've got Crossbones Classic here. He is going to become a popular character after the new Captain America movie comes out here, Captain America Civil War. Now, I already kind of mentioned it in the video I made for this in particular character. Some people were kind of complaining about spoilers when I mentioned that Crossbones killed Captain America in 2007. I don't really know how that's a spoiler at this point, but that is literally what Crossbones is known for, is killing Captain America. So I don't know if he's going to do it in this movie, but this is Brock Rumlow. All these people needing quest done are just annoying to me. But here he is, Crossbones. He's got a gun. He doesn't really do a whole heck of a lot else, but he looks pretty cool. You got to give him that. So next up we have Crystal, and Crystal can fly. She can shoot the fire, or actually, it looks like she shoots all the elements, which is really, really cool. Now Crystal is part of the Inhumans. She was once married to Quicksilver. They have a daughter named Luna together. And then she was betrothed to Ronan the Accuser, who she is currently married to, and I don't know if they're still married, but she was married to him back in the War of Kings, Realm of Kings, Thanos Imperative days, as a way to bring the Inhumans and the Kree together. It was very much a symbolic marriage, but I'm pretty sure they started to grow into each other. So she's pretty cool. She's got this protective field that she puts around her. So definitely interesting to see them sneak an Inhuman in here. She's also the sister of Medusa, Black Bolt's wife. I'm really surprised Medusa's not in this game, considering literally when they started developing this, she was part of the all different X-Men or whatever. So, not X-Men, Avengers. Next up, we have Damage Control. He's just one of your fodder characters. You actually unlock him here in the shield base, kind of like right up there where you see that little race up there. I mean, whatever. AKA not Deadpool, but you know, these are the type of characters that you're going to have in every Lego game, no matter what. The kind of fodder trooper type characters. So I'm not going to sit here and complain about him. Daredevil is a little frustrating in a way. Because it tells you this is the Spider-Man of this game. This is why he's able to do this. And to skip ahead to Stan Lee a little bit, Stan Lee in the last game had Spider-Man's abilities. In this game, he has Daredevil's abilities as far as doing the whole spider webbing through the city kind of thing. So obviously all the Netflix characters are in the game, but they are in the game as their comic version. Daredevil has never been hotter. Charlie Cox did an amazing job playing Daredevil. Makes us forget all about Ben Affleck and that awful movie, although my brother Eric will tell you it was not as bad as everybody says it is, but my brother Eric would be wrong. Because it was bad. So, Daredevil, honestly, I love the character. I would not have said it was a character that I cared a lot about before the Netflix series. Obviously, very familiar with him, but he was just a character to me. Even when I played Marvel Heroes, he was a character that I skipped beyond, and so he does the spinaroonie, if you will. So they don't have like a detective mode kind of thing. Otherwise, I would see him going into it by pressing circle or B. But anyway, that's Daredevil. I think a lot of people are going to be excited to play as Daredevil. Next up, we have another one of our trooper type characters. This is the Dark Elf. At least he has a nice big gun, which looks pretty cool. So the Dark Elf. Again, the type of character you just have to have in these LEGO games. There's just no two ways around it. So not going to get mad about that. Death Locket. A bit of a shock. I wish I wish I wrote names down. I never think of these things until I'm in the moment. But somebody mentioned a possible reason why Deathlock is not in the game is because Deathlock is going to be in the DLC, probably for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I would have put Deathlock in the game over Deathlocket. To me, this is I don't know, not a good character, but it gave him an opportunity to, if you kind of look at the reticle here, they can use that little logo. Just an opportunity to have a female character that, did some things like that. And, I mean, I could have lived without Deathlocket, especially when you consider the fact that right here, her slot is where a Darkhawk should have slipped in. Super disappointed Darkhawk is not in this game. He would have made so much more sense, especially when you consider how much Mach V. Guys, I know I'm skipping ahead, but this almost completely looks like it could be Darkhawk. So, Darkhawk, I was hoping when I saw the character spread, I was hoping Darkhawk would have fit right here, but he didn't. So let's not cry about it anymore. Next up, we have the Destroyer and Demolition Man. The Destroyer is not a big fig. Would have been really cool if he was a big fig, but I mean, I don't know. He doesn't fly. I don't remember if he could fly. That is my monster. Sorry, I gotta keep myself energized. So, Destroyer was in the last game. The thing that's crazy is he didn't have to be in this game. And this is the characters that they make sense to be in the game, but were in the last game and didn't really need to be in this game, are the ones that frustrate me. And as much as I like Destroyer, don't get me wrong, he looks really cool aesthetically. This is a wasted character to me. They featured Thor: The Dark World, not the first Thor movie, in this game. So I mean, there's really no purpose for having him, the Destroyer, because he's not in the actual gameplay of the game. So why are we using him again and not some of the other characters that we were told, oh, we've already done that before? I think that's the part that I get frustrated with, is when the answer we're given is, we've already done that before. And then there are characters they've already done before that really serve no purpose for the core story of the game that are sliding their way in. If you want to show me some new characters, Darkhawk would have been great right here instead of either Deathlocket or the Destroyer. At least with Deathlocket, it's a new character we haven't seen. But alas, what do I know? And I'll tell you what I don't know. I don't know much about Demolition Man, even though I made a video and people commented on it, kind of telling me a little bit more about the character. Apparently he's a little bit more important than I thought he was. He's got that Daredevil D on his chest. But he's kind of forgettable as far as gameplay is concerned. He doesn't really just do anything. He's got super strength. So, you can do that. I think there's like some bars over here I can pull off, maybe. Yeah, I don't have anything that I can pull off, but anyway, that's wasting time. I don't really want to waste time on this character anyway. Very uninteresting to me. If you're a fan of Demolition Man, I apologize. This is an AK, not Deadpool, as far as I'm concerned. But at least he hasn't been in the game before. I'm not gonna cry too much about it, but you know, whatevs. Doesn't do a whole heck of a lot for me. We're gonna save that. So here we go. Detroit Steel, looking a little bit like Ironmonger. Now, apparently, he has a chainsaw effect. And I can't seem to get it to work. I don't know. I was under the impression that... Oh, there we go. There we go. Alright, so... typical Big Fig Iron Man type character. He can launch himself. And he can... Yeah, he can launch himself as well. Into flight. Not into a super jump, but he can launch himself into flight. So, I mean, he's a cool looking character. I don't remember him coming up very often. No complaints, though. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy him. So, as far as Big Figs go, A-OK in my book. Got that American vibe as well. So... Alright, next up, speaking of Big Figs, I would love to feature, well, alright, we're just going to go ahead and, for both of these characters, when it's their turn, I'm going to feature them both. We have Devil Dinosaur and Moon Boy. Now, for me, so there's a Moon Girl now, apparently. This is an older comic. In the grand scheme of things, I did not need either one of these characters in this game. Like... I feel like it cheapens the game. It makes it feel like, just, I don't know. It's just, I feel like they're reusing assets from Jurassic Park. But now that I've played the game with Devil Dinosaur, I've grown to appreciate it a little bit. Yes, I will be doing a video of Devil Dinosaur destroying New York City. Now that I have everybody unlocked, you're going to see a lot of the cool... extra videos come out, and I apologize for destroying everybody's Facebook or everybody's feed, YouTube subscriber box. So Devil Dinosaur is a T-Rex. Obviously, he's got them T-Rex arms. Very, very funny when you try to jump him off of heights. He tries to flutter his little tiny arms, and it doesn't work out too well for him. So.
Face front. This looks like yet another perilous predicament.
Yeah, Stan, I hear you. So, oh, there we go. I'm trying to get up here. Yeah, he's not going up there, but, you know, he is interesting. I think a lot of people are really going to enjoy Devil Dinosaur. Moon Boy, as you can see, jumps on top. And I'll talk more about Moon Boy when we get to his turn in the game. But that is Devil Dinosaur. Next two characters that we have are Diamondback and Dr. Helen Cho. Diamondback, I want to say Diamondback. Let's take a look at her. She looks cool. Obviously, she's a diamond thief. I'm blanking on her, though, in general. Otherwise, I think she was part of Dark Reign. She's part of the 50-state initiative. And looks like she was banging Constrictor at one point. So, there's that. She's got the pink hair going. But she's been around for a while. I know, like, she isn't new to the initiative. She's from, like, the 80s. But, yeah, there you go.
Hey there, me bucko.
She's also been Diamond Girl and Snapdragon. And she's a skilled gymnast. So, all right. Anyway, Dr. Helen Cho. Obviously, they have her in here because she's in the game, in the movie. The mother of Amadeus, her greatest creation, and that's all you really need to know about her. Dr. List, another no-name character, but he is important as far as the story is concerned. One thing I can tell you is that there are a lot of shield terminals throughout, and after you use it, sometimes they will turn into a Hydra terminal. And for the most part, Dr. List is the first character I kept thinking of and would use at those Hydra terminals. So, I mean, I guess he's useful, if nothing else. But how useful? I think that's pretty much the extent of it. So, okay. I love Doctor Strange. I'm so excited to see Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. I just can't wait for the movie. But I don't know what his purpose is here. They have a Doctor Strange DLC coming out, and they literally, other than maybe a few animations here where he's pulling out the rabbit, I don't even remember. Did he do that in the last game? They definitely changed the stars that come out. I think they were more like colorful in the last game. You know, I don't know why we had to have Doctor Strange in the game again in the exact same costume. You know, very, very little has changed. I don't mind it, but it's just, because again, I like to play as Doctor Strange, but there's going to be a Doctor Strange DLC, and I would have liked to have seen them hold him out of the game completely and just released him in the DLC with a different costume, you know, like with his Marvel Now costume or whatever it may be. But that's just me. I like to get some new characters in like anybody else. But, you know, there's just so many classics that got held out that I think a lot of people would have more enjoyed playing with, like Deadpool, who would have slotted in nicely over in this area. But he's not in the game, and it's unfortunate. And it's not a Marvel license. It's not like a hero. I don't think it has anything to do with Fox or Sony, you know, licensing or anything like that at all. So I know that this is the MCU game, but like all these other characters are not in the MCU. So they could have slid in Deadpool. There's no reason it didn't stop them last time. So alas, I don't want to rant about Deadpool, but all I can say is, you know, I think this is where I get a little butthurt. You know, the quotes that came out, oh, we've already done Deadpool before. You know, we did that last game. We didn't want to do it again. You couldn't just put the character in the game, because honestly, every video I have, like, people are like, where's Deadpool? Where's Spider-Man? Where's Deadpool? Where's Spider-Man? You know? And the biggest thing that I disliked about Deadpool in the last game is you don't get him until he's pretty much one of the last characters you unlocked. So if you were working really hard on a lot of stuff along the way, you might already be closing in on 100% completion by the time you actually get Deadpool. So you don't get to use him enough, and that's why I think he really should have been in this game. But we got Dum Dum Dugan and Echo here. So Dum Dum is obviously the movie version from Captain America, the First Avenger. And, you know, very classic Marvel character, part of the Howling Commandos. And, yeah, chucks a duck. Kaboom. And, yeah, I think he looks really cool. Echo. I did not know anything about Echo at all before this video game. And I wouldn't say that I know a whole lot more now, but what I do know is apparently she is deaf. And, you know, that really, and she's Native American. So that really kind of really hits me, because I shared in the video I made about her. You know, little known fact, I am hearing impaired. I've had 12 operations on my ears, both my eardrums reconstructed. Some days my hearing is awful. So I mean, you really have to appreciate characters that do this type of thing. And that is why I don't mind a lot of the diversity and diversification and stuff like that Marvel's doing with their characters. Because, let's face it, on top of being entertainment, they are, these are, characters and products and people that are supposed to be uplifting. I guess she was actually Ronin at one point too, which is interesting. So, yeah, Echo, all a very much way different character than what I expected. To be completely honest, so I would not label her as an AKA not Deadpool, but that's personal reasons, I suppose. Oh God. All right. All right. So, Egghead, please raise your hand if you are one of the people that's out there that said, please, I can't wait to play as Egghead. Oh, man, this is definitely an AKA not Deadpool. I get why they have to include some characters, but, like, honestly, I'm just pretending this is Dan Aykroyd from Coneheads. I can't deal with it. Just such a dumb character. He does throw eggs, though, so there's that. It's adorable. Alright, Ellen Brandt. So in the video I made for her specifically, somebody made the joke, and I love it. I love it that this is becoming a joke that you guys are picking up on, aka not Deadpool. But it does not apply to Ellen Brandt. She's a main part of the story. You have to fight her. It does make sense for her to be in the game. They are going to obviously have characters from each level that are there that could be played. So, again, it really just makes sense to have her in the game. It is what it is. But, yeah. So, Eric Selvig, obviously our, what do you call it? Our,
Hey there.
Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. So there's two versions of Eric Selvig because, geez, why not? There's his untidy version, which would have been great. I mean, like, honestly, I hope this didn't cost a character a spot. Them throwing some spots. I don't know why he's not in his underwear, because there was a joke that he was running around in his underwear. That would have been hysterical, and I wouldn't have even questioned there being two versions of Eric Selvig in the game. So here we have Falcon and the Extremist Soldier. Extremist Soldier, as far as soldiers go, is it can be fairly useful. Yeah. So I mean, he's one of your cannon fodder soldiers that you're going to have in the game, and whatever. Falcon, let's actually go pick the other version of Falcon. You have Classic Falcon, and then you have Iron Man, Winter Soldier. Not Winter Soldier. Yeah, Winter Soldier. So as you can see, Red Wing will fly around when you get bored. This did not happen when I was recording with him earlier. But what did happen is with Classic Hawkeye, he does throw, or not Hawkeye, Falcon. He does throw Red Wing, which is awesome. So that's cool. Obviously, he flies. They're going for the permanent wings kind of angle on this guy. So, anyway, the movie version has a little bit more of a metallic feel to it because it's a little bit more real. So he can fly. He does not have any access to Red Wing at all. You can hold down... well, you can hold down the A and he'll launch himself. And I believe it's the same thing for Classic. No, it's not. So there you go. There are the two versions of Falcon. Next up, we have from the Warriors 3, Fandral, who, this is the movie version. I think he's hysterical. Zach Levi from Chuck played him in The Dark World, and there was another dude that played him in the first movie. They very subtly switched him out and didn't really acknowledge, but this is a very underappreciated character. Hilarious in the movies. I'll be honest, I love Thor. I haven't read enough Thor to know if that translates into the comics. I'm assuming it does. But along with Volstagg and Hogan, they make up the Warriors 3. So he does his fencing. He doesn't fly. He... what is this? Oh, it's a stun baton. So... well, we're not going to be able to... I don't know what I said stun baton for. Anyway, you can tell that I'm starting to get a little... when you do back-to-back videos like this, it can get a little taxing towards the middle and end. Anyway, let's move on to Finesse. So I read a lot of really good stuff about Finesse from your comments, and I want to try and find them because I want to give credit where credit is due on this one. So here we go. Finesse gameplay and unlock location. So I want to give some credit here. Cafeteria Loca. She is from Avengers Academy, and she's Taskmaster's daughter. She can mimic any move she sees, but she's also autistic in a way. So that's interesting. And again, that really fits right along with what Marvel's trying to do. They're trying to, bring attention to, different types of disabilities and things of that nature to try and, lift up people, that are going through those types of things. By having a character that's autistic, you can definitely respect and appreciate them and kind of look up to them in a lot of ways. And, that's commendable. So Finesse is a pretty cool character. Rooney. So, anyway, Finesse and Fandral. All right, Firebird. And actually, I'm going to wait. Firebird is a character you unlock here. I'm not going to pretend I know a lot about Firebird, and I'm not going to even look it up. She's been around a while. I know I've seen her for a while. She's your typical flying character with, strength and, fire ability. So, definitely, an interesting character. I would have rather seen Firestar, to be completely honest. I don't know if she fits into... I'm pretty sure she's an Avenger. But, instead we have Firebird. So, it's nitpicking, I guess. I mean, Firebird is also kind of a really cool character. So, Bonita Jarez. But, yeah. Let's see. Since I've got it up. I guess she looks kind of Indian, not whatever it is. She looks Hispanic in the comics. She was a West Coast Avenger. That makes sense. So, anyway, here is Firebird. All right. So, the next character, Fin Fang Foom. I could spend an hour talking about Fin Fang Foom and just how big he is. Look how big he gets. He can barely even contain him in the shield facility. Just unbelievable how tall he is, how awesome he is. And this is going to be one of your favorite characters in the game. There's no doubt about it. There's just no way he can't be. I absolutely loved just running through the city of New York, just breaking and destroying everything. He's a lot of fun to play with. He shoots fire out of his mouth. He crashes things. Just honestly, you can't go wrong with this character. I think you can see some perspective on how big he is right there. This is really just a character you're going to adore. I wasn't sure it was going to be that way for me, but they did such an amazing job. You get him in Manhattan, he's really not that hard to find. Gargoyle, I'm not going to waste a lot of time with Gargoyle. He's really not very interesting to me. I don't really like him. But he's a character in the game, so whatever. You know, what can you do? Gorilla Girl. Oh. Alright, let's get him out of here real quick. Grandmaster. So.
Like yet another perilous predicament.
Anyway, Grandmaster and Gorilla Girl. Sorry, I lose my train of thought as these go on. Gorilla Girl is a mutating character. She changes into a gorilla. I know that this is a character that they're featuring a little bit, but God, such a lame character. It is a kid's game in the grand scheme of things. I have to keep reminding myself of that. That this game, I'm not necessarily the target audience per se. But, you know, a lot of adults play these games too, and just such a cheesy character to me. So yeah, anyway, Grim Reaper and Grandmaster, two characters with more famous brothers. Grandmaster, I believe, is the brother of the Collector, Benicio del Toro. Did I somehow miss the Collector? I feel like I missed the Collector. I don't remember talking about the Collector in the last video. So I'm going to go ahead and actually feature the Collector now, just in case. It's all kind of coming back to me. So the Collector and the Grandmaster apparently are brothers. I did not know this, but you guys, being awesome as you are, brought it to my attention in my Grandmaster video. Looking at them together, look at that. He loves his duckies. Looking at them together, it makes sense. He doesn't fly or anything, but he has some powers to shoot some stuff. There you go, he does that, so that's pretty cool. Next up, you have the Collector, Benicio del Toro's character. He throws these things. What is he throwing? He's throwing... Oh, I did feature him because he throws the Iron Man dolls. Okay. So, anyway, Grim Reaper. We wanted to see him anyway. Grim Reaper is the brother of Wonder Man. And obviously he's got the Sicketh for an arm, which makes him pretty dope. He has died before and came back as one of the four horsemen of the Apocalypse Twins during Infinity. I think he was also there with jeez, I can't think of who the other characters were. I'm so blanking. Daken was one of them. Wolverine's son, Daken, and there were two other ones. I can't remember who they were, but they were very minor, thought to be dead characters. So he's got a really cool look. You really can't deny that. So Grim Reaper is definitely a welcome addition to the game. So next up we have two passable characters as far as I'm concerned. We have Happy Hogan, who, you know, I don't like him being in the game, but it's a nice nod to Jon Favreau, the director of the Iron Man movies, who basically is the reason those movies were so awesome. So, you know, he gets himself in a video game, and that's kind of cool. And then you've got this dude, Harley Cleaner, something like that. He shoots his little potato gun. Potato. And that's it. Um, yeah, so potato gun. Obviously, this is the kid from Iron Man 3, so I'm not going to really be upset that he's in the game. Either of those characters. All right, so we got Hawkeye. There's 3 versions of Hawkeye. There's the, you know, regular new-fangled Hawkeye. You've got Hawkeye from Age of Ultron. Actually, there's 4 versions of Hawkeye. You've got Hawkeye from Age of Ultron, which I really like that costume. And then you have Classic Hawkeye, which is my favorite Hawkeye. And then last but not least, you have Kate Bishop Hawkeye. So all the Hawkeyes do all the same thing. You're going to use Hawkeye a lot because he breaks glass, and there aren't really that many characters that I can remember that do that break the glass. So you'll want to use him quite a bit. Whether you want to use him or you want to use Kate Bishop, that's up to you. All the arrows do the same exact thing. You know, either they break glass or they break your face. Kate Bishop, obviously, member of the Young Avengers. A lot of people are really going to be excited that she's in the game because, you know, she has become a bit of a fan favorite with the comic book nerds like myself out there. I don't really care. Hawkeye is definitely a mantle. He was dead for a while, so came back as Ronin. And yeah, so I don't mind that Kate Bishop picked up that mantle. I mean, this is Hawkeye. There's four of them, like I said, and I think we all pretty much are pretty familiar with Hawkeye in general. So hazmat you can get here. Heimdall, obviously you can't. But you know, we've got hazmat. I think they missed a little bit of an opportunity with hazmat. Like, I don't know. I feel like she could have done just a little bit more. I guess we'll judge it when we go over here. Yeah, you can walk right through like all these sludgy materials, which is great. I used actually that right there to get Chase. So you kind of have to go down here and then unlock that treasure chest or chest thing up there. That's where you got the character token for Chase. But, you know, it's just nice to be able to wade right through that little kind of mess. Heimdall, Idra Elbis in the Thor movies. He was in the last game, but it's Idra Elbis, so who cares? He's dope. They did kind of have to include him because he is in Thor the Dark World. So, again, I'm okay with it. I mentioned in the last video that this is generally one of those types of characters that I hate it when they miscast them. You know, the comic version of Heimdall was not black. But, you know, if you wanted Idra Elbis to be included with the series, this was definitely a great way to get him in. But he doesn't really necessarily do a whole heck of a lot. He just slashes with his sword and jumps, but, you know, there are a lot of characters like that. All right, so another Warrior 3 Asgardian. This is Hogan. Just trying to think. Yeah, this is another one. I mean, he's Asian in the movie, which the guy that played him was fine. Don't get me wrong, but like, I don't think of Norse mythology and Asian dudes and black dudes. You know, like it is what it is. Patsy Walker, Hellcat. There's gonna be a Hellcat resurgence soon. I feel like she did a fantastic job, even though she hasn't actually even hinted at becoming Hellcat yet. But that's who she is eventually. Pretty cool character. Well, let's see what the next one is. Yeah. So, anyway, I'm really looking forward to them giving her the suit in season 2 of Jessica Jones. I really don't know which direction they're going to go now that the Purple Man is gone, but I'm just so excited that we are doing such a good job of following these programs that we are going to get. Not only are we getting a season 2 of Daredevil, but we're going to get a season 2 of Jessica Jones, and I hope they can expand a little bit more into the universe with series 2. Um, but that's all I got to say about that. So next up we have Hulk Killer, who I'll be honest with you guys, I have no idea who this is. I just don't. And one of the comments I read in one of the video I posted was that he was only in like 4 issues. So they went heavy with the Hulk this time around. A lot of his bad guys, a lot of his good guys. So I just, yeah, I get it. I do. I really and truly get it. I just, for me personally, it's a tough pill to swallow. So, but that might just be me. Maybe everybody wants as many Hulks. Yeah, he doesn't transform. I know that, but excuse me. There's the Hulk Killer, and this is one of the cooler characters in the game. This is Hulkling. I forget who his parents are, but he is part Skrull, and I want to say part Kree. Hulkling. Let's just look him up real quick. So this is Teddy. I know that's his name. It's my dog's name. He's got these awesome bat wings. So
Hello, fellow shield.
is a Kree Skrull hybrid. He's part of the Young Avengers. And yeah, so he's a shapeshifter, and he partners up with the Hulk all the time. One thing I should note is he has a life partner, if you will, and that is Wiccan. They are a little bit more than just friends that hang out in caves, and I think that's commendable. Let's face it, this is part of life. These are all everybody. I really truly believe people should be able to live their lives and be happy. And we only get one life to live, so do it with the people and the things that make you happy. It's a thing that like homosexuality. I don't like it being forced upon people, but if it's a fact of life, and people need to be exposed to it. People need to understand it's not an awful thing. It's just, two people chose to love each other, and that's all that should matter. It's not something I would do. It's just, let everybody live their lives. And I think having Wiccan and Hulkling kind of share that relationship, and kind of showing them go through it, especially for younger characters, where I think a lot of the younger people out there that are gay, they're the ones that are the most vulnerable. They're the ones that struggle the most. So I really feel like having that out there for them is important. And that's why I feel like it's also important for me to acknowledge that, yes, Hulkling and Wiccan are gay. It's very important to acknowledge that, because, they are, normal, everyday superheroes that, it's a good opportunity to try to promote tolerance. And I think that's what people need to do more than anything. If you have religious beliefs that say it's not acceptable, then that has nothing to do with treating others like human beings. Let them face their maker and let him be the judge. That's really all I have to say about that. But Hulkling, I know a lot of people are going to be really excited just for the character alone, regardless of who he's in love with and who he wants to spend his time with as a companion. And there's a good reason for that, because he's just cool, man. He's normal size, but he flies. He's just really like the Hulk, but with you know, shape-shifting and wings and flight. Can you imagine if Hulk could fly other than just his super jump? Oh, wow. So the last character of the video, and I'm not going to lie, I struggled at a point or two, wondering if doing 2 in a row is a good idea. The Human Torch, Jim Hammond. He is an android. He is the original Human Torch. I love his suit, but I love it when he flames on even more. Now, obviously, they don't have the Fantastic Four in here, so Johnny Storm being in for the second time wasn't gonna cut it. But excuse me, and sorry. Fortunately, we have Jim Hammond, the Human Torch. I love his costume. I love red. Red's my favorite color. So I love his non-Human Torch costume, which, by the way, I don't know how to get back. All right. Yeah, no, I think I do. Wow, just hold on Y or triangle. So there we go. I love this suit. I really do. It's such a cool looking suit. But there you go, guys. So I didn't think I was going to be able to get part 2 done before I went to work today, and I did. So I'll be nice and refreshed for part 3, and hopefully I don't have these momentary spots where I have to like kind of regroup and concentrate, because these videos is so much fun to make, but they're long, and I do it all in one take. I literally spoke for 46 minutes straight, talking about these characters, going through them. So that wraps up part 2. Again, I'm not, like, I feel like I'm begging, and it kills me to do it, but like, please, if you like this video and enjoy the series of the videos, help spread the word. You know, get people in here. Let them. I want to encourage conversation. Please tell me what you love about these characters, what you don't love about the characters. Let's try to keep it respectful. Yeah, man. It just honestly a really good time. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we will catch you later. See ya.